Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Joseph here for video number 2. On this Monday night, November the 4th, 2024. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video and hit that subscribe button down there. You better know where it is in the description box below. And leave a comment if you wish. You don't have to, but if you want to, please be respectful of the channel. And leave a comment on the topic at hand. If not, get out, because if you leave stupid comments, you're going to get blocked. And if you don't like that, then go cry to your mama. Little bitch. And that's pretty much it for that. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap that bell. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next video. Because you miss anything, you're pretty much SOL. And you know what that means. And if you don't know what it means, look it up. Excuse me. And that's pretty much it for that. So like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and all that good shit. And if you're new here, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, you grab that cold one, put your feet up, or do whatever, and enjoy the show. And if you like it, great. You don't, get out of here. But you'll watch, because you love me, but I don't really love you either. But it is what it is. You watched anyway, and it equals a view. Thank you. And that's all I gotta say about all that. So for everybody new here, welcome, enjoy, and that's pretty much it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is Monday night. You know what that means. We got Raw coming up in about a half hour from now. Taped from the land of sand. We're still in Saudi Arabia for now. But we're going to be taped tonight for Monday Night Raw. Should be some interesting stuff tonight. We're going to hear from Sami Zayn about, what happened Saturday afternoon, kicking, our tribal chief, and then he's not in a good mood. And so is Jimmy, and possibly Jay, even though Jay was kind of playing peacekeeper. But we're going to hear from Sami tonight. We'll see what happens with all that. If Solo, Ibuki, and the rest of the bloodline, the fake bloodline, come out and do something. And we'll see what happens with that as we go to SmackDown Live this Friday night. And also we got some other good stuff. We got the New Day of Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. They're going to be taking on War Machine, Eric and Ivar. Should be some good stuff with that match. The Miz still kind of getting, he got kidnapped last week in his bus by the Wyatt Six. So, the Wyatt Six is still lurking around Raw, so we'll see what happens with all that. Also, we got a Fatal 4-Way #1 Contenders match. Number 1 Contenders match to see who will be the #1 contender to face Walter and his world title, whatever that may be. So we got Poppy Priest, Dominic Guerrero. I forget the other two guys, but I think it's Rey Mysterio and I forget who else. But that's gonna be a Fatal 4-Way to see who faces Walter in his next defense. But I hope it's not Dominic, but, sorry, Eddie. You have no faith in my son? What am I talk to you for? So, I'm sorry. But you got Poppy Priest there, sorry. I give you that one. But next time you mess with my son, I'm gonna come down from heaven and kick your ass. Essie. Okay, no, you're not, Essie. Calm down. Anyway. Don't piss off Eddie Guerrero. He'll hit you with a chancla or something. No, I just hit you in my car! Okay, stop it. But anyway, so we got that. Also, there's going to be a Women's Battle Royal to see who faces Liv Morgan for her Raw Women's Championship. And we got some notables. Io and Kyra will be in it. I think the ladies of Metaphor, Lash Legend, get shit done. And Miss Chikara Jackson, if you're nasty. And a whole bunch of other, I think Candice LeRae will be in it, Piper Niven and Chelsea Green, people like that will be in the Battle Royal. And the winner gets a title match against Liv Morgan. When? Don't know. Same thing with Walter. We don't know if it's going to be happening at Survivor Series or it's going to be on a random Raw. So we'll see what happens tonight. On Monday Night Raw, you're now 2-hour cure for insomnia. And that's pretty much it. So we got that, and we'll talk about that later here on the Kill with Demons channel. Once again, I'm Peter Joseph. This is the Kill with Demons channel. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. Leave a comment as well down below. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, before we get to Monday Night Raw, got a little business to attend to. Before I start, I want to send my heartfelt prayers and condolences to the family of Quincy Jones, the legendary music guy. He passed away today. It was on Instagram, it was on Twitter, it's been on TMZ, it's been going around, but Quincy Jones, legendary music producer, he's worked with Michael Jackson and pretty much almost everybody you can think of. But he passed away today, and my thoughts and prayers go out to his family, the musicians he has worked with, and in the past, and now, and maybe, well, can't be in the future, but, and from the past until now, losing a icon in the music business. So, I'm not going to do a proper video because, well, I didn't really know the guy that well, and but, and also, posthumously, a farewell and rest in peace to Terry Garr, actress who was in a lot of good movies back in the 80s and early 90s. So, rest in peace to Terry Garr and Mr. Quincy Jones. Not today, but today, Quincy Jones, last week, I believe it was like last weekend, Terry Garr passed away. So, not a great day, for those families, and that's pretty much it. But anyway, something better to talk about, that's the professional wrestling. So, it is time, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late and super, so far out of date AEW Rampage and Collision reviews. So we get a 2-for-1 for that ass. Alright, this is for the November the 1st and 2nd edition of Rampage and Collision. Both shows weren't that bad, but let's get into it. Let's not waste any time because we got the Raw coming up at the top of the hour. Alright, so let's start off with Rampage because it wasn't really much to talk about on Rampage. But anyway, Rampage emanated from the Wolstein Center in that shithole city of Cleveland, Ohio, the home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Shame, which you can all piss on. But I digress on that. Anyway, our commentary team of the men behind the mask, Excalibur, my good friend Tony Baloney Schiavone, or as Chris Jericho would call him, Tony Schiavone, and Daddy Magic, Matt Maynard. I would say what I usually say, but I don't even think he has a podcast out anymore. But if he still does, then if you want to know what makes his nipples hard, you can ask him on his podcast. If he still has it. If not, don't worry about it. You can ask him on Twitter if you want. But I digress on that. Alright, let's get into it. Let's not waste any time. Alright, so we start off with match number 1. We have 6-man tag team action. We have La Facción Inguinable of the group, the Latin group of Rush, Jalisco, and the Beast, Mortos. They take on, 3 beefy guys. We have J.D. Drake, the Butcher, and the man himself, Anthony Henry's so-called cousin. And that is, I'm the beef. cousin. Okay. Creepy beef. So, a lot of beef on the other side of the ring going up against LFI. No Jake Roberts at ringside because he's got better things to do. And we move on. Alright, so it was pretty much a back and forth match. But we're getting to the end. Beef gets caught in the wrong corner. And then, whoosh, and Jalisco do the pose to get us to a break. We come right back. JD Drake comes in, hits a spine buster on whoosh to put him down. Then it's off to Beef, and we get a chop off with whoosh. Hey, we get chop off the beef. You know what I mean? If you're a butcher, oh, never mind. Anyway, then everything breaks down. All 6 men are in the ring, but eventually, LFI get the win with I think whoosh hit the bull's horns in the corner. 1, 2, 3. They get the win in 9.5 minutes, and that's what it is. So LFI get another win, and we move on with that. Alright, then we go to the back with Lexi Nair and her special guest, the resident pimp, Stokely Hathaway. He's taking credit for Private Party winning the tag team belts. Like, oh, I gave him I gave him a pep talk. I told him how it is, and now they're the champs. And everybody's like, yeah, right. Believe your own bullshit there, Stokely? Mm-hmm. We move on. Alright, then we go to your Tony Khan squash match of the night. We got La Guerra Loca, Taya Valkyrie coming out all sexy. And speaking of sexy, she comes out with Deonna Purrazzo to take on resident jobber girl Zoe Lynn. And Taya beats her with a Blue Thunder Bomb, and then she pretty much finishes Zoe Lynn off with Shania Payne in 58 seconds. Hi, I'm Taya Valkyrie. Nice to meet you. You're done. That's it. Match basically gave a dud. 0. That was it. Then we go to the back. We see Lexi Nair with Stokely again. He meets up with Taya and Deonna post-match. Basically, Stokely's saying that, Zoe Lynn was, like, mad about something in catering, and then said something like, Taya and Valkyries are wuss, or something like that. Some trash talking, from Zoe Lynn. So Taya goes out there, and Deonna's like, no, don't go out there. Taya goes out there anyway and beats the fuck out of this poor girl with a Super Dragon curb stomp on the ramp. Not once, but twice. That was not good. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. So Stokely is being an annoying prick, basically. But we move on with that. Poor Zoe Lynn. Don't know much about her besides her jobbing a lot, but and she's she's an indie darling, so-called, but anyway, sucks to be you. And that's it. Alright, then we get a video on the Day of the Dead match, which was on Collision, which we'll get to in a minute, between Thunder Rosa! Yay! And the lovely Harley Cameron, Miss Danny L. Basically. Alright. Speaking of the ladies, we get to our next match. We got Queen Aminata, the one and only, taking on Top Flight's Layla Gray. Wasn't a great match, but there was a little bit of interesting stuff there. So they go back and forth, and then Queen Aminata grabs a full Nelson with her legs, and then Layla Gray fights up, grabs a blockbuster, and in between, Layla Gray's weave got yanked off. that was kind of embarrassing for Layla Gray, because I was like, wait a minute, that's not her real hair. But anyway, they get back up. Amanada pulls her into, well, yeah. This match was like Botchamania written all over it. Their legs tie up, and then they get something into an octopus hold on the mat, and Layla Gray taps out in a little over 5.5 minutes. So I gave this 2.25 out of 5 stars. I hope there's no animosity with the weave coming off and everything. It just happens. Staple that thing. Well, we move on with that. Alright, speaking of Top Flight, well, we have Top Flight Andretti of Darius and Dante Martin and Action Andretti taking on the Dark Order of the man who's not really evil, Evil Uno, and the Beaver Boys, Johnny Hungy, John Silver, and Mr. Alex Reynolds. It was an okay match, 8.5 minutes. Back and forth they went. Action Andretti was working on Alex Reynolds' ribs, which gave out near the end. And Darius wanted to beat him up, and then Action Andretti comes in with a high cross body. And then Darius and Action Andretti start arguing over like, hey, this is not what we do here! And Andretti's like, shut up, I'm trying to beat his ass! There's a heel turn coming somewhere. Anyway. So Action Andretti takes off the tape off the ribs, and then he sends Alex Reynolds' ribs first into the ring post to even make it more troubling for Mr. Alex Reynolds. Then, after that, Action Andretti wins the match with a split-legged moonsault. 1, 2, 3. They get the win, and then afterwards, Darius and Dante are like looking at Action Andretti like, what the fuck is up with you, man? Hey, what are you talking about? We won the match. Leave me alone. But it is what it is. I think Top Flight is gonna get rid of him. Rightfully so, because he's just being a weirdo. And Dante wasn't happy with the win coming, coming the way it did. Basically, taking Alex Reynolds' rib injury into account, and that's how they won. And Dante's like, I didn't want to win like that. I wanted to win properly. And we get that. Alright, yeah, then we go to a main event of Rampage. 2 high flyers. We got Leo Rush and Commander with the ever so popular Alex Abrahantes, the hype man, at ringside. Alright, this was just under 12 minutes, but this was a great way to end the show. High flying. I'm gonna big flippy dibbity-doo by Leo Rush to start, as we're gonna break and come right back. Commander hits a springboard crossbody, and then a springboard arm drag for a near fall. Those boys were bouncy, if you know what I mean. Then we get a quick stunner, gets Leo Rush out of trouble, followed by another one. And then Leo didn't want to let go, but instead hits a clothesline into a Falcon Arrow. Damn. Excuse me, for a near fall on Commander, followed by the springboard stunner for another near fall. He goes for the frog splash, which he's not in. He got in on this. Commander kicks him down, which sets up Cielito Lindo, one of his many finishers. 1, 2, 3. Commander gets the win over Leo Rush in a pretty decent match. And under 12 minutes. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so that ends Rampage. And Rampage wasn't that bad. So I'm going to give it 6.5 out of 10 stars. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. Alright, we're going to go to Collision real quick. Collision wasn't great, but it wasn't that bad. I don't know the ratings for that, and pretty much I think AEW, like I said, won the war this week. Well, last week, 628 to 580 something, I think was. But I don't know what SmackDown did, and I don't know what Collision did, and Rampage too. So, But I'll probably get that later and give it to you guys in the next video. But anyway, we are live for Collision this past Saturday night at the Liacouras Center. I always say Licorice Center, but it's the Liacouras Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The home of those filthies, and among other teams. But anyway, so we had as our commentary team Tony Baloney and the man from England, Nigel McGuinness, me love. All right, so we start off with that. All right, so we have a whole bunch of wrestlers in the ring, and on the ramp, mainly the heels, and we're here to celebrate Private Party's AEW Tag Team title win as they somehow, someway beat the Bucks on Wednesday Night Dynamite in a great match to win the titles finally after 5 fucking years. The fans say they deserve it, ish, but you know. And now the Bucks are going to Japan. We're taking some time off, then we'll see them in Japan. We saw Ricochet at Power Struggle, and he's going to be taking on Zack Sabre Jr., I think at Wrestle Dynasty. I think. But we know we're going to see the Bucks. We're probably going to see Kenny as well. I don't know what type of match, but we'll see. And also at Power Struggle, Sanada. We all remember Sanada being in Naito's group. You know, Los Ingobernables de Japón. Well, not anymore because he turned and now has joined up with David Finlay, who is still your IWGP Global Champion, as Taichi was going after the belt, and Sanada went, no, I'm going to join Bullet Club War Dogs. So that group grows a little bit more, and now it's got Sanada. So I can bet you nothing we're going to get Sanada versus Taichi, probably at Wrestle Kingdom, or I don't know when. But yeah, Power Struggle wasn't that bad. But Zack Sabre Jr. retained the belt over Shingo Takagi. A pretty damn good match. And yeah, David Finlay retained the IWGP Global title over Taichi thanks to Sanada, and a whole lot more that was there. But I only saw a couple of highlights. I didn't really watch most of it, but it is what it is. Alright, so Private Party in the ring. The fans say, you deserve it. So the champs talk about how great it was to win the belts. Mark Quinn thanks the Bucks for making them better, and they're ready to defend the titles against anybody at any time. And he means anyone. And they get right in FTR's face. And FTR's like, what the fuck, man? They start pushing each other. I'm like, uh-oh, here we go. We gotta fight. Daniel Garcia tries to stop it. And then, of all people, the Outrunners break it all up. And my good buddy, Truth Magnum, who follows me on Facebook, well, he doesn't follow me on Facebook, follows me on Instagram and X, along with Turbo Floyd. That's a fact. So Truth Magnum's like, if you're anything like me, and I know I am, okay. And they say, and basically they say the marquee outside says AEW, where the best tag teams wrestle, and we're not here to fight, we're here to celebrate. And then we're gonna have some shots. Shot. Everybody, shot. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Get some Little John in this bitch. You know what I mean? All right. So Private Party goes into the crowd to celebrate. So see what happens with that. But that little interaction with FTR, I'm interested. So we'll see what happens with that. Alright, then we hear from Anna Jay, the woman with a fat ass and a mean attitude. She's ready to win the AEW Women's Championship later on against the beautiful, glamorous one, Mariah May. Let's see what happens with that. Alright, we go to the back with Lexi Nair, and she has her guests, the acclaimed Max Caster and Anthony Bowens. Basically congratulate them for winning the belts. But, they got a target on their back. and they say, we're coming for the belts as well. You know why, Anthony? Because! And then Max Caster cuts him off. Uh-oh. Anthony Bones is not a happy camper, but he's even less happy when Max Caster pulls out some money, and he has MVP's business card, and then Max has like, are we gonna join? Maybe we'll join. Maybe we won't. I don't know. And then Bones is like, the fuck you talking about? And then Bones eventually cuts Max Caster's last line off, and it's like, everybody loves the Acclaimed! So, there's some tensions going on, and I think they're gonna be breaking up, officially. And I say, about damn time. Sorry, ladies, no more scissoring for a while. But you can always slide in my DMs. But I digress. Speaking of ladies who can slide in my DMs, we go to our next match. Harley Cameron and Thunder Rosa in a Dia de los Muertos match, which means Day of the Dead. Basically a hardcore match. Harley comes out with her pink face paint, looking like a cat. Pussy cat. Thunder Rosa comes out. I want to know that theme. I tweeted her. I don't think she just tweeted me back. I don't know why, but I want to know what that theme was, because it was a banger. Got that heavy, dark, stuff, you know. Do you like coffee from the hills of Colombia? The Maxwell House coffee song. Yeah, I love it. I know it's the Duncan Hines one, but it's Maxwell House is the same, almost the same. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. So Thunder Rosa puts a picture of Harley in the display, usually saved for the dead people being remembered to make things, whatever that meant, I don't know. But anyway, so it's also with Harley kicking Thunder Rosa down to start. Thunder Rosa comes back with a drop kick to the apron. They go outside. Thunder Rosa hits Harley in the back with a tombstone. Ow! Well, fake tombstone, obviously. Then gets on the barricade with help from the fans, and then Harley sweeps the leg down your son, and well, basically, let's just say Thunder Rosa fell and landed in not such a great place. Oh! Landed right on the pussy, basically. Should have landed on my dick, but that's not the story from the time. Anyway. So, Harley sets up a table, which Thunder Rosa whips her through to take over as we go to break. We come back, we got some weapons in the ring, not many weapons, basically, and then, they trade clotheslines against the ropes for a double knockdown, and then Thunder Rosa scores with a code breaker for setting up some chairs, laying another tombstone over them, and then Harley comes back with a piñata. And then all the candy just goes everywhere. And I think Tony Schiavone's like, hey, what's that? What the fuck is that, man? But in any case, she suplexes Thunder Rosa through the tombstone. Ow! It looked like people saying salad table, basically. I'm like, what? Okay. Harley's running knee hits the chair. Ow! By mistake. So Thunder Rosa carries her, bashes her down with a chair, and then some kicks to the trash can with Harley inside, connects in the corner, and then it's table time once again, but this time, though, the table is used as a ramp for a running drop kick in the corner against the can, which Harley's face and body was in, and then she pulls her out. 1, 2, 3, Thunder Rosa gets the win in 10 minutes. Match wasn't that bad, so I gave it 3.25 out of 5 stars. That's it. Alright, then we go to the back with Lexi Nair, and she has Roddy! Adam! Oh, sorry, no, Roddy! And the Kingdom of I'm Matt Taven and Michael Kanellis Bennett. If you don't like Matt Taven and the Kingdom, well, you're a bunch of Melvins. Anyway, so Roddy's ready for his first match of 3 against Shane Taylor, the big man of STP. So the Kingdom want the tag team belts, but then Brian Cage and Lance Archer, everybody dies, they come in and basically say, stay out of our way. Okay. And I'm looking at Brian Cage, I'm like, wait a minute, where's your Ring of Honor TV title? He did bring it out, later, who is some ham and egg squash match, which we'll talk about in a minute. But moving on. Alright, then we go to our next match. Kyle Fletcher taking on Commander, who got the big win on Rampage over Leo Rush, but now he's taking on Kyle Fletcher. Wasn't a bad match, lots of flippy dibbity news. We got a running Spanish fly. Drops Fletcher for a near fall, but he gets right back up with a boot to face. And then a sit-out last ride, almost like a last ride Liger bomb for a near fall. Commander gets up in a electric chair. Then they crash out to the floor. Commander still on his shoulders. Crazy. Sets up a poison Rana for a big-time crash. That was crazy as shit. But in any case, to get back out, Commander plants him on the apron, sets up a moonsault for a near fall. Fletcher kicks him right in the face again, but gets sent to the outside, setting up the rope running flippy dibbity doo. That's a mouthful. That's what she said. Then Commander goes for Cielito Lindo. It gets broken up. Fletcher hits a brain buster into a brain buster, like a double brain buster on the turnbuckle. And he gets the win in just under 13 and a half minutes. So Kyle Fletcher gets the win, and then we find out that him and Takeshita will be taking on Ricochet and a mystery partner this Wednesday night, and most likely will be Will Ocean Spray, though we don't know that. So we'll see what happens with that. But Commander has had this was the third match that whole week. 35 minutes this whole week, totaling 3 days from Ring of Honor, Rampage, and Collision. I don't know why you have 3 people like Mariah May. I think there was a stat that Mariah May has main evented Ring of Honor, Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision. Not in consecutive week, but I'm just saying. So, we get all that. But anyway, after the match, Mark Davis of United Empire, he runs in and starts yelling at Kyle Fletcher after he was about to beat the crap out of the Commander some more. And then Kyle's like, fuck you, man, I'm out of here. Davis just looks at him like funny. So we get all that. Moving on. Alright, then we go to the back. We have we have the scapegoat, the TNT champion, Jack Perry, in like a red little room. And then Daniel Garcia, the dancing fool, comes up and interrupts him like he did on Dynamite. Put him up against the wall, and then he runs into the Bucks dressing room. He's like, oh, get out of here, we're shredding documents. But anyway, Garcia says they're 2 different people. Garcia fights from when he was a kid. And then Jack Perry talks about how he's already done all that. Talks about, I think they were kind of mentioning, Luke Perry a little bit. It's like, oh, you were fed a silver spoon. Great show, by the way, in the 80s. With Ricky Schroeder and everybody. Great theme, too. I don't remember it, but anyway. It's like, I already done that. And then Garcia still thinks they are good and bad people. And he's scared of sacrificing and isn't ready. And then Jack Perry needs to stop walking so many Raven promos, basically. Because he was like, I thought he was going to say, quote to Perry, nevermore. So we're going to see what's happening with that. Looks like we're going to get Jack Perry and Daniel Garcia for the TNT title at Full Gear. I think we might see a title change because pretty much the Elite only have 2 titles. Jack Perry's TNT title and Okada's Continental IHOP Denny's Breakfast Championship, basically. So see what happens with all that. We move on. Alright, then we go to your squash match of the night. 2-minute suckfest. Brian Cage and Lance Archer take on the Joe Keys and Sean Smith. Basically beat him in 2 minutes. They win with a chokeslam powerbomb combo. Bing, bang, boom, good night. We're out of here. That's it. Moving on. Whoops. And then after the match, they continue to beat down until the entire Undisputed Kingdom of Roddy and Matt Taven and Michael Kanellis Bennett come out for the save. So we'll see what happens with that. Alright. Then, A.R. Fox is in the back with Lexi Nair. The Patriarchy come in. Well, not Christian per se. We had Kip Sabian, the newest member. Nick Wayne's mom has got it going on. Yeah, she's there with Nick freaking Wayne. And we get a title match, not title match, we get a match with A.R. Fox and Nick freaking Wayne made for next week's Collision. And Nick Wayne brings up A.R. Fox attacking at his wrestling school last year with Swerve, busting him wide open. Remember that? So that was crazy. But that was last year. But it is what it is. Alright, so we got that. Then we get a promo from Chris Statlander. She's not too happy with being attacked by the CEO, Mercedes Moné, this past week on Dynamite. So she wants a title shot, the TBS title shot, at Full Gear. I guess we're going to see that. And she says, Mercedes, you're afraid and you know it. I hope we get a title change, but I don't know. But we'll see. Depends on if Camille's still friends with Mercedes. But we get that. Alright, after that, we get the Death Riders, the Blackpool Cuck Club, coming out. I'm going to change the channel to Monday Night Raw. So we're 1 minute away. But in any case, we have Jon Moxley, the AEW World Champ. He comes out with Marina Shafir and William Yuta, the man who doesn't have many friends. So they come out for a little chitty chat in the crowd. Moxley says at Full Gear, fresh squeeze orange juice. Orange Cassidy is going to have to cut the head off the snake, and he has to make it a Full Gear so he can bring the world title back to his hometown of Philadelphia. And Moxley knows what it takes to make it in Philly. CCW, anyone? And it's people like Wheeler Yuta. And then Moxley starts mocking Wheeler Yuta and says that you know what it's like to sacrifice yourself for the greater good because you are a Philadelphia hero. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. William Yuta's the type of guy that everybody thinks is a hero, but nobody really gives two fucks. Basically. So anyway, Action Andretti, of all people, comes out pissed. He says, hey, William Yuta, you're not what Philadelphia represents because I'm more Philadelphia than you. So how about we have a match? So they kind of diss each other and everything. And then the bastard Pac jumps Action Andretti from behind. A referee comes out. And guess what? We got an impromptu match. So we got Action Andretti taking on the bastard Pac with the rest of the Blackpool Cuck Club minus Claudio at ringside. Action Andretti has nobody there. So that's it. Alright, so Michael Cole and Corey Graves, just for tonight, because it's in Saudi Arabia, no Joe Tessitore, no news Wade Barrett, so we got that. Cole looks like he's about to be 90. Well, he's been there since 1996, I think. He's been there a long time, almost 30 years. Shh. The legend that he is, you can't say anything bad about Mitchell Cole. And I think Corey Slaves is his heir apparent, pretty much. But we move on. Anyway, 8-minute match with Action Andretti and Pac. Flippy dippity doos galore. To go back in, and Action Andretti hammers away in the corner, sets up a springboard kick to head for a near fall. And then Wheeler Yuta offers a distraction, and Marina Shafir, why not, gets in a cheap shot, which led to Pac to hit the top rope superplex right into the brutalizer. And Action Andretti basically does what he does best. Taps out in 8 minutes. And that's pretty much it. Match was alright, nothing great. And then after the match, the brutalizer is still on, and then Orange Cassidy comes to the stage, talks about how his time with Wheeler Yuta in Philly, I guess in the indie scene, he's like, this Wheeler Yuta doesn't do what the old one does, and then Cassidy says, Mox, you don't even care about Wheeler Yuta, he's just using you for the bait and all that stuff. And then Wheeler Yuta's like, son of a bitch, starts going after him with a chair, and then Yuta throws the chair down, and then that was stupid because Orange Cassidy gets right back up, hits the Orange Punch, knocks him out, and then the Blackpool Cup Club scatter, and Moxley is pissed off. I mean, legit pissed off at Wheeler Yuta for not getting the job done. Shit. So we'll see what happens with all that. Then we get a very dark promo from the Dark Man himself, Malachi Black, who's ready to take out Adam Cole, baby, in Cole's second match of 3. So we'll see what happens with that this Wednesday night. Should be a banger, and it kind of reminds me of NXT TakeOver from back in the day. So we'll see what happens with that. Alright, then, like I said, Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita, the AEW Intercontinental Champion, want to fight Ricochet on Dynamite, and they say, hey, you can bring a partner if you like, which probably will be Ocean Spray. So we'll see what happens with that. Alright, then we go to Lio Rush and Arya Daivari. Nothing great. Under 5-minute match. Smart Mark Sterling, gets sent to the floor. Daivari gets on a cheap shot off the distraction, but Lio Rush scores with a springboard stunner, then hits the final hour, 1, 2, 3 to get the win, and I didn't give a fuck. And that's that. Alright, so we got a recap of Crown Jewel with Liv Morgan and Cody! MDK like Cody, you bitch! Winning their respective Crown Jewel matches, they win the titles, but they get the ring. So they're probably going to come out, and we're going to probably see them probably this week on all that shit. Alright, so we're still in Saudi Arabia. Not live, obviously, but we are taped. And, now we see Dominic Guerrero, with his little kitty. Oh, is that Liv Morgan's kitty? Not that kitty, you sons of bitches. So it's basically Seth Rollins, Poppy Priest, Sheamus Fella, and Dom Dom in a fatal 4-way #1 contenders match that'll probably be ending the show, and the winner will face Walter for the Raw World title. And also we got a Battle Royal for the women to see who faces Liv Morgan for her belt. Seth can't get out of that goddamn car, because he got destroyed by El Gordito Bronson Reed on Saturday afternoon. Somehow he won. Somehow Seth got the win with a super stomp off the top. He gets the win, and Bronson Reed was busted wide open, bleeding a little bit. So we got that. Alright, here comes the Women's Champion of Raw, Liv Morgan, with Raquel Rodriguez and Dominic Guerrero, let's say. So, Liv's here to gloat about beating Nia. Woohoo! Jax takes out the... Look at my ring! Look at my ring! So, she's going to gloat about the ring, and then we're going to hear about I think it's a 20-woman battle royal to see who will be her next challenger. I'm not going to spoil it, but we're going to be happy about her next opponent. It's not Rhea Ripley, obviously, but somebody kind of better than... Oh, not better than her, but on her level. But it is what it is. But Io and Kyrie in it. I think Candice LeRae is in it. Piper and Chelsea Green, I believe, are in it. Pure Fusion Collective should be in it. You know, all the women from Raw should be in this little shindig. We'll see who gets the shot. And that's that. Alright, so after that, we go to Lexi Nair once again in the back with Johnny TV. He's there with the MXM collection of Dion Mason, basically. Dion Mason and Monsieur. Book. So they're there, and Johnny TV is basically like, and he's impressed with MXM collection. He's like, hey, why don't you slide in my DMs? Not like that. So he makes his entrance and he slides away, and then Mason and Monsieur are like, that guy knows how to make an entrance, and so do we. And then they do the fake elevator thing. Yeah, and to that I say yes, sign me up. I want to see them team up and get the trios titles. Whether it be Ring of Honor or AEW, I would love to see this. But we'll see what happens with that. So it's just starting, but we'll see what happens with that. All right, there we go. Roddy with the Kingdom at ringside, taking on Shane Taylor of Shane Taylor Promotions with his new group of the still your Ring of Honor Pure Champion, Tiger Style, Lee Moriarty, and the newest members, the now heel version of Carly Bravo and Trisha Dora, who was not at ringside, Carly Bravo and the captain, Sean Dean of the Infantry. So they have now turned heel, as we saw on Ring of Honor TV this past week. Dominic Guerrero is getting booed, I say. Yeah. So this was a pretty damn good match from two former Ring of Honor TV champs. But a great match, almost 10-minute match. We got some running shows and a clothesline gives Roddy a near fall after he was getting the crap beat out of him. Then, I don't know how he picked up Shane Taylor, but he hits an angle slam for a near fall. Shane Taylor comes back with a release rock bottom into a splash for a near fall. But then Roddy comes out of nowhere with a sick knee to face. And you heard it all the way in Chicago. And Roddy gets the win. He picks up his first win in his little 3-match series. Adam Cole has one, so we're not at that one, ladies and gentlemen. So Adam Cole will face Malachi Black on Wednesday. Don't know who Roddy's facing yet. I think he'll win that. Adam Cole will beat Malachi Black. And then in the third and final match, it will be Adam Cole, baby, taking on Roddy, and they'll feel like Ring of Honor 2016 all over again. Pretty much. Alright, so Bianca Belair, she's Bianca Belair, she plays with her hair, that's actually her hair. It's Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, the women's tag team champions, still. They're in the ring, talking some smack.
Yay, we love Bianca Belair!
Anyway, moving on. Alright, so Roddy gets his first win, and it was pretty damn good. And that's it. Alright, then we get a look at Baby Lashley debuting on Dynamite, laying out Swerve. So the Hurt Syndicate are in the building. They are all elite, and we're going to hear from them this Wednesday night on the program. That's good. Can't wait for that. Alright, we also find out there's going to be a four-way match for the tag team titles at Full Gear, and we got qualifying matches over the next, I think, couple of weeks. The next 4 weeks, no, not next 4 weeks. What am I talking about? The next 2 weeks over respective shows. So the winners of those matches in the qualifying matches, those 4 winners will face off at Full Gear for the tag team belts. Oh, actually, 3 teams, I should say. 3 teams will face off again to face Private Party at Full Gear for the AEW tag team belts. So those matches will start this week and going into next week as well. So we'll see what teams get there. I hope it's the Outrunners. Might be FTR. And then the third team, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, then we get a video on My Girl, My Fourth Wife. Another hot Asian. Mina is coming back. Oh, she comes all the time when she's in my bedroom. Oh, yes. So, Mina Shirakawa is coming back to AEW. That makes a certain woman named Mariah May pretty damn happy, and me too. So Adam Pearce just comes out after we get some tension going. And I'm thinking we might get a tag team title match. Oh! Asia Pereira just like, oh! After Bianca just smacked Liv right in the mouth. Bianca slapped her so hard she can't even stand up. Holy crap. So basically, Pierce announces the Battle Royal for a shot at her belt. And, oh, but wait, there's more. And Bianca and Jade are now in the Battle Royal. That makes it even more exciting. And to make it even more exciting, my girls Io and Kairi are coming out right now. So I think we're going to start the Battle Royal first match. Oh, look at Io. Good Lord, and Kairi. Oh, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I have to go, never mind. That's after. But anyway, oh, I love those chicks. I love when Io goes like, she does this, like, I see you. Yeah, I see you. I see you. They know I'm watching. Okay. Alright, Kairi and Io, stop with the freaking, the freaking, telescope, periscope, whatever it is, You don't need a freaking, telescope to look at how big my dick is. You already know that from experience. But I digress on that. But we move on. Alright, but Mina's coming back. Makes it even more exciting for me and my pants. We'll get that. Alright, then we go to I think this was the main event. Yes. Alright, the main event of Collision for the AEW World Women's title. Mariah May taking on Anna Jay. Yes, that does rhyme. So we got that. So, back and forth match they went. Under 10.5 minutes. We got a backstabber for a near fall. By Anna Jay, but Mariah May chokes Anna in the corner, and then Mariah's middle rope drop kick gets a near fall, and a running knee to face connects for another near fall. Anna Jay comes back with a neck breaker over the middle rope, ow, and then she blocks the stratosphere and gets a near fall of a blockbuster attempt. Then she locks in the Queen Slayer, and it looks like Mariah May was about to tap out. We're going to get a new champ, but Mariah May does almost a WrestleMania 8 pin, and gets a near fall out of that. And then a quick hot shot, circa Stone Cold Steve Austin WCW days, quick hot shot into a fruit roll-up. 1, 2, 3, Mariah May retains the AEW Women's Championship. What are you going to do? I still think Mina's going to come back. If not this week, it's going to happen. I think we're going to see Mina Shirakawa and Mariah May for the AEW Women's Championship at Full Gear. And I think, sadly, Mariah May is going to beat my girl Mina, send her back to Japan for the Stardom New Year's show for during Wrestle Kingdom week and everything. She's going to go back. And Mariah May is going to keep the belt probably through World's End. I think she will lose it at the Australian Grand Slam in February to Toni Storm, who will come back. And that's how I think it's going to happen. So Toni Storm would be I believe a two-time AEW Women's Champion by the time we hit Revolution. But we'll see what happens with that. So all in all, ladies and gentlemen, Collision wasn't that bad. So I gave that, once again, 6.5 out of 10 stars. So let me know what you guys thought of the show in a comment down below. Don't forget to like the video, hit that subscribe button if you want more. Also hit the bell for even more. There's lots of content coming your way over the next few weeks. Going into 2025, so you don't want to miss a thing. Because if you do, you ain't going to get your birthday present, and then you're going to get a Christmas present. So it is what it is. You missed out, because you're going to be SOL, and you know what that means. And that's pretty much it. So don't miss a thing if you hit the bell. That's all I can say about that. Alright, I'm gonna go finish watching Monday Night Raw. Gonna have my sensible dinner and get some other shit done. And then I'll be back maybe later tonight, right here on the Kiro Demons channel with your Monday Night Raw review. And then we will well, tomorrow we're taking a day off. I might actually do TNA Ring of Honor just because there's nothing on besides watching the election going on from like 4 o'clock on. Vote for Trump, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't voted already, do it tomorrow and vote for the man. Don't vote for that bitch Kamala Harris if you want 4 more years of this crap. Vote for Trump because he's going to bring change and everything's going to be back to the way it was. Hopefully. Lower prices at the gas pump, lower prices going into the grocery store. Maybe some stimulus checks. That would be great, but for a lot of people. But we'll see what happens with all that. Alright, in any case, alright, so the Women's Battle Royal to see who faces Liv Morgan has started. What the hell is Maxine Dupree wearing? I know all the women can't show any skin because of Saudi Arabia. Those bastards. So, we have that. I thought it was Tatum Paxley for a second in the ring, but it's not. It's Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. So we get that. But I think it's going to come down to probably Bianca and Jade, maybe, but that'll be exciting. But we'll see what happens with that. I did read some of the spoilers, and I know who wins this match, and I'm very happy about that, but I kind of gave it away now, but it is what it is. Moving on. Whoa! She's like hanging like this, like a freaking pendulum. Holy crap. But anyway, and there goes, was that Isla Dawn, I think? Yeah, Isla Dawn is gone. I don't know if it was just a 20-person tag or 20-person battle royal. Like if your partner gets eliminated, you're eliminated too. I don't know if that works. If that's the same, because I can't really see. Okay, she's still in. Oh, alright, it's just 20 women. And Kaden Carter just got knocked out. So, bye to you! And that's pretty much it. Alright, I really gotta go, guys. Thanks for watching. 6.5 out of 10 stars for both shows. Leave me your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. Subscribe to my channels. Hit that like button and all that other good shit. But, that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. And I'll see you guys a little bit later. But until then, I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man! And until next time. Peace.